Hello, hello, hello. My name is Kevin. We are Dirty 20 Gaming, and it is Sunday evening, and there are little tiny people in the background, but luckily I have cropped out of the image. I got you framed much tighter than that, so you're fine. Hello. Welcome to Dirty 20 Gaming, and welcome to something that we have not done for a very long time, which is Dungeons & Dragons. We played pretty much everything but for months here, but here we go. And as usual, couldn't leave this alone either. It's Storm King's Thunder with a twist, but we will get to that in a minute, because first I have to technical. The technical bits are Hero Forge we used for the tokens. They're amazing. The art is stunning. The 3D rendering, the ability to pose, all great stuff. No, I don't get paid for them. Pixabay, all the background art except for the stuff that's actually from the campaign itself, which is from Wizards of the Coast, so that's 2. And I think finally, that might be it.
Roll20.
That's the one, the virtual tabletop we're using. Roll20, thank you. Yeah, I'm only looking right at it. Thank you. That's the one. The virtual tabletop for this evening's game is Roll20. That's all of that. Let's get to the people and let's get to this story, because they are in an interesting spot. We'll get to the new person last when we explain what that final square is all about. Although I think you might have the background from another game behind you.
I might, actually.
I think you might do that. But that's okay. We'll get to you in a few minutes. First, we are going to start at the top, playing Beowulf for a Solar Dasher. Where can we find you when you're not here?
A lot of the times you can find me in our Discord channel, or I do stream. I haven't done so lately because work has been very chaotic. It happens when you don't have enough people to work.
Yes.
But anyway, my Twitch, I'm about to throw it up right now.
Thank you.
So you can find us there. Find me there. I stream different games. I started picking up Apex, among other things. So I also have my own RPG. You can find me in Discord to find out more about it. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much it.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Next in line, we have the Scarred Adventurer playing Creature for us. Thank you for bringing this creature to the game. Tell us about you, because you got stuff as well.
Well, I run a small website called thescarredadventure.com. The link will be going up. It just went up for me, but it might be a little while till you hear me say it. It's just went up. So it's up. But it is a group filled with lovely people, and I'm always so thrilled to have them involved in every bit of everything. There hasn't been a lot going on there for a little while because of various reasons, some of which I know, some of which I don't know the reasons of, and it's just, I hope that we'll get back to it soon.
Yep. I know at least one thing went up just a couple days ago.
One thing went up recently, and you should definitely check that out.
From another one of our talented shared pool of
7.
people. Yes. Yeah.
I just had to remember their title, not their actual name.
Yes, I saw the process.
But please be sure to check it out, and thank you so much for the support and the community to both my website and this channel, because we all love you here. Absolutely,
100% behind that. Speaking of everybody loves, there's a segue. Iticus is played for us by Sans. You got stuff. You got like channels and stuff to talk about. What's going on over there?
We're currently in pre-production on a film over at Tangor Productions, and that's kind of what I can say on that at the moment. We're trying to figure out how to do Tangor Productions on location. We're learning how to do travel stuff over on that channel, and I'm also a writer at the Scarred Adventure.
Yeah.
So
that's wonderful. Thank you so much. And yeah, that's got to be challenging. I just sit around and play games with wonderful people 4 nights a week and stream 3 of those. And I'd stream the other one, but somebody said no, and that's okay. With that, everybody's introduced. All the technicalities are covered. Let's get... Oh, except for the new guy. Right. He said, like, that wasn't planned, because it wasn't. Um, yeah, that fourth box up there that was empty last week has become a box of variable characterness. Let's call it that. We are going to have a number of different people playing a number of different characters. It works really well in this world because the Sword Coast is covered in villages and towns and cities, so it's easy to get people in and out of the game. So this week, at some point during the evening's festivities, it'll be quick, don't worry, we are going to get our newest character, Bickford Barkswipe, into the game. Tell us, first of all, tell us a little bit about Bickford, and then tell us about you.
Well, Bickford is a bugbear shadow warrior rogue. He was actually part of the invading force from last night. But what happened is he encountered a halfling that turned an ogre into two half ogres and realized he might be on the wrong side. So he gave up. And the city guard quickly learned that that was probably a good thing, because during the interrogation, he slipped his cuffs 8 times and managed to walk out of the jail cell 3 times before the captain of the guard said, "Screw it, let's just hire him."
Okay. And so you've been wandering all night, wandering around all night in the carnage looking, I believe, for beer.
Yes, that was his original reason to come. He was told by an ogre that there was going to be a killer rager, and then he found out that the killer was more killing.
And
that's when the ogre turned into 2 half ogres.
Oh, thank you so much. Hello, Mercs of Mischief. Welcome to the show. We are about to get started. We are just about to get started, but we have 1 more minute. I almost forgot him altogether, and then I almost cut him off, because now you told us about your character. Where can we find you, Bison Stonefist, in your other guises? Well, we'll get started right away, guys.
Yeah. I am... You can find me on Saturdays on Away Team, where I play the Trill engineer, Pete Sakes. And I am a regular contributor on the Friday Fun Shots. And on Twitch, I stream video games. Tomorrow night, I will be starting a playthrough of Control, because it's awesome, and I haven't gotten far enough into it to spoil anything.
Perfect. I'm looking forward to that.
It is.
With that, let's start. Last night... Well, actually, let's go back further than that. Yesterday afternoon, none of you had a care in the world beyond your own skin, survival, getting through the day. And then all hell broke loose in a town you hardly remembered the name of. And whether from intention, by accident, or because you were bored, you chose to join in the defense of Golden Fields. And by so doing, you met some very interesting people who fought alongside you and drove off the invasion. At the end of it, they were grateful. They gave you gifts, and they gave you missions, for lack of a better phrase, along the lines of, could you look up my brother somewhere? Could you find this person and see if they're still alive? That person might have more information about why the giants are rampaging. And at the end of that encounter, feeling, I think, strangely bonded, you rested while this town rebuilt. You hear it all night. They're still putting out the fires. They're still doing, all those sorts of things that you would do to recover from such a situation. But the 3 of you are resting in the remaining hotel downtown. In downtown. Well, Bickford, you are partying, whether they want or are part of it as all. Oh, thank you so much, Mudkip. Thank you so much. 5 tier 1 subs. Awesome. Appreciate it very much. This is a good night already. Wow. Holy shit. A raid. Oh, tier subs. Yeah. Bickford, you are partying with the patrols and the guards who are helping to put this down. In other words, they're repairing shit and you're drinking.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Ogres are pretty lazy.
I mean, you just met these people. It was, less than 4 hours ago you were fighting against them until they almost killed you and you quit. But so you're getting sloshed, and eventually you two pass out. So the next morning, each of you wake up, recovered from, let's face it, the beating some of you took last night. And as dawn rises, there's still a bit of smoke. They've dragged away the bodies of the goblins and the ogres and the bugbears. The giants are still there. You see around the big one and the other ones, actually you see around all of them, circles of Goldenfield citizens holding axes and saws and just kind of eyeing them like, is there really no other way? They haven't started yet, but they're going to have to these giants are so huge, they're going to have to dismember them to drag the pieces out of town. In the sun,
I know a trick with some dwarven blasting powder.
That did not work for the whale in Australia, and it would be absolutely hideous. But it would work.
I'm imagining someone is looking at a half-eaten ogre.
Oh yeah.
Going, what the hell?
Yes. Thank you for reminding me. You see that body being thrown on the pile with the rest of them. I mean, there's a lot. This is going to be just a pyre burial. But you see that half body get thrown on. You kind of look around, and nobody's even blinked. Nobody's clued into that something else killed that. It wasn't part of the raid. As that sun hits in the morning, probably painfully, Bigfoot, I assume you're hungover.
A little bit.
I just want to really quickly go around and see where everybody's head is at. And I want to start with the fullest empty head in the room, Idicus. When you sort of come back to function in the morning, you went to sleep. You turned off, outside in the hall standing guard. When the auto alarm turned you back on, you were inside the room again, in the bed, wrapped up in blankets with your teddy bear.
The repaired teddy bear.
Your repaired teddy bear. And you wake up. Punk.
So Idicus could actually see everything that was happening. They just can't react.
Yes. So finally, after all night, you get to react to what you've processed it for a whole sleep.
Idicus is probably going to try and figure out a way how to get out. Failing. Like,
yeah.
What? I don't know what to do. Hello? Hello?
Wrapped a little too tightly.
Creature, because it's funnier. You hear through the wall the sounds of a struggling Warforged, tiny Warforged.
All right. First things first, just to give an idea of how creature sleeps.
Yes, please.
He's kind of under the bed frame. Like, he's not sleeping on the floor under the bed.
Yep.
He's latched on under the bed frame so that you can't see any part of him.
Yeah.
And then he just unlatches, like puts a hand around, just grabs the top of the bed, just slinks up that way. He grabs his clothes and his mask. He puts them on and he walks next door, checks to see if it's locked after anyone is left. No.
No, not an inn in this day and age, no.
No.
For narrative purposes, it is not locked. You open the door.
I open the door.
Struggling in a very thin little sheet. It's been tucked in very professionally, like it's a grandmotherly sort of great aunt kind of a tuck.
Yeah, I recognize my work. We walk over and we just, like, in a blur of motion, Idicus is now standing next to the bed, and the bed has been made and looks nice. And Creature's just kind of adjusting his robes. Do you eat?
No.
Okay.
And the two of you proceed for, I mean, it's where all the people are going to be. It's where everybody's going to eat's going to be, is downstairs. So the two of you step out of your room. Iticus's room looks like it has not been slept in. I'm assuming, given that we can also assume the Creature's room also doesn't look like it's been slept in, except for the one big claw print on the bed.
Unless you see like a handprint that looks a little weird.
Yeah.
That's about it. Unless you look under the bed, you're going to find
Giant into the wood.
Marks in the wood.
Absolutely.
Housekeeper's like, goddamn Ratman again.
Beowulf. I'm not even sure. Is Beowulf even used to inns, or do they usually sleep rough?
Well, before he was turned to a wolf, he did actually sleep in a house. You know, so he knows sleeping in the house. He just prefers to sleep outdoors normally. But in this case, free room and board. Hey, who is going to pass that up, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Basically, he's down to, you know how you see in them old westerns, the funky little long johns that they get on?
Yeah, absolutely.
The long john on, and it's all one piece except for the little butt piece in the back.
Yep.
Butt flap. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah,
that is now canon.
One of those, except instead of being red, it's all black, of course.
Of course, yes.
So,
the fleece jammies.
So, his hearing, he actually hears Iticus.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. But you also hear Creature get up and respond very quickly. So
Creature moves very quietly.
And as well shortly after, but then realizes it must be time to get up anyway.
Yep.
So he'll get up. He will take a shower, dress, and make himself presentable.
Yep.
Pack everything up to get like he's getting ready to leave, because he's not sure what's going to happen next, but he knows he's got this quest from the tree guy last night.
Mm-hmm.
So with his stuff all packed up and ready to go, he's going to leave it in the room, but he's going to go down to breakfast, figuring Creature's going to be able to take care of Iticus for the time being.
Absolutely. So, yeah, you get downstairs, and as soon as you open your door and start down the stairs, you smell bacon and eggs and fresh bread, and this is Golden Fields. The field, a lot of stuff got destroyed last night, but this is still the food heartland of this part of the world. So it is still a full breakfast available down here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's included it's free this morning, and you just tuck in like a wolf can. 25% of your own body mass, potentially, as a wolf, in a single meal. You just need to sleep for about 3 days afterwards. Meanwhile, Bickford, you wake up. It's not uncommon. Face on some very, very cold cobblestones. No clue where you are. To the tromping of feet and dawn at the same time.
Ugh.
So your head's going boom, 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 as a group of guards marches by.
In sync.
In sync with the blood pounding in your head from the hangover, yes. Or even better, not quite in sync, so it's boom, 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 boom.
Just slightly off.
Yeah.
The heart's trying to match the rhythm, but it's having trouble.
That's just making you feel kind of ill. Yeah.
I was like, this is a typical Tuesday.
So every day, every morning, It's only happens on days that end in Y.
Yeah.
So, Bickford, you changed sides last night.
Mm-hmm.
So, you wake up in the morning, I'm not a bad guy anymore. How does this process?
Bickford's first instinct is, oh shit, guards.
Yes.
So he hides behind one of the other drunks in the alley.
Yep, gone.
Because he doesn't
Then you look down and you see you're wearing a guard uniform.
Well, this is new. Oh yeah, supposed to meet somebody. Where's the bacon?
And as you stand up, bottles fall from everywhere, just blang, 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 blang all around you. And as you follow your nose to the bacon. Thank you. That's a beautiful hook. I'll take that all night. You step around the corner, and as big as you are, yeah, you're how big?
Bickford is 7'9".
Okay.
So he is a full
Yeah.
2.5 Iticuses, roughly 11 Freds.
That's right. I forgot how we measured things in this game. Damn it. 11 Freds tall. You come around the corner, and an old person? You can't really tell. It's just kind of a ball of gray cloth and long hair that kind of hangs over the face. You can't tell if there's facial hair behind it or not.
Humans and short and tall dwarves all look the same.
Yeah, especially because this one, cannot be more than like meter and a half, like 4'7", 4'8". And you come around the corner, and they reach up and have to reach up like that to put their hand sort of on your hip, and they stop you, bang, like walking into a brick wall. Just a minute.
You're not the halfling from last night, are you?
I'm not the halfling from any night. And they straighten up a little bit, all of 4'8".
What's up, little loud guy?
There are 3 in there that should be 4.
I was supposed to meet somebody.
You'll do.
Okay. That's where the bacon is. I'll go in there. Fuck it.
And as they let you go, and as you walk past, you hear behind you, well, they're fucked. And you turn around to look, and this little old person is gone.
My joke. Whatever.
Yeah, they disappeared on you, of all people. They stopped you stone cold. They weigh as much as your arm, and then they disappeared on a shadow monk. And from that, you got you'll do. So you okay, whatever. Around the corner and following the bacon.
Worse.
Yeah. You step in, and there is Beowulf. Did you get dressed before you went downstairs, or are you eating your?
He's fully dressed.
Okay, I thought I remembered you saying that. I didn't think you'd be.
Well, like gloves that he has.
Yeah.
Because obviously he's busy eating and shoveling food in his mouth, but they're like right next to him on the table.
Yeah. And maybe it's because of that. Maybe it's because of the way you're dressed with all the wolf fur. Maybe it's because some people put 2 and 2 together and got wolf man last night. But there's like a pocket of nobody around you at the end. Everybody's pushed to the corners of the room, and they're eating there, and it's just like you by yourself in the middle.
Social distancing.
Yeah, he's used to it.
Yeah, exactly. This is totally normal for Beowulf. Bickford, that's what you see when you walk in.
He must be important. Sort of make my way over. What Beowulf sees is Beowulf hears the door open and sees a crowd of people walk in. When he turns back, Bickford has stolen one of his sausages and is sitting beside him, just like chewing. He's like, "This is really good."
Give me was it sleight of hand? Yeah, that's what you use in this game. Yeah. Give me a sleight of hand.
Come on.
First roll, 13. What is your passive perception, Beowulf?
12.
Oh, okay. So the first time you know a sausage is missing is you turn around. He hasn't even got it to his mouth yet. It's still like he's just plucked it off the plate, and it's halfway. It's a long ways. I mean, the table's like 3 feet up, and the face is like 4 feet up from that. So you catch him sort of halfway up to his mouth with your sausage. I beg your pardon? One of your sausages off your breakfast plate. That's better. This isn't Friday.
No, it's not.
I am chastised. I will stop. Beowulf, you look up and see it's bigger than you. It's furrier than you. And it's eating your sausage.
You think it's a tree?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think after what happened last night we'd see it. He'd look at a tree, but yeah, he's definitely gonna look at Bickford.
Yeah.
a low rumble will come from his throat as a warning to not do that again.
Oh, so it's okay this time. Oh,
Yeah. And there's a clank as a plate hits the table with another, just a plate full of sausages. Lands between the two of you.
Oh.
For the heroes from last night, nothing's too good. And the innkeeper that Idicus knows drops off a plate of sausages and keeps going.
Well, that'll work. Help yourself.
don't mind if I do.
On his plate and then just kind of slide the other plate over.
There are now 2 big, scary, hairy behemoths sitting at the table in the middle of a rapidly emptying dining room at the inn. But you did both in your own way, as far as the owner knows, help save the city last night. That is the scene that the two of you, Idicus and Creature, get to the top of the stairs. And the people that have kind of been sheltering over at the bottom of the stairs just hear the creak of the stairs. It's not that you're loud, but Idicus makes a little steps on a stair. I won't make the monk make a noise, but steps on the stair and it creak, and they look up, and all of a sudden that corner of the room starts. It's like watching a tidal bore. You know, that corner of the room suddenly just empties. What did the two of you do? Standing at the top. Now I want this picture. I got to see too, because Creature, you are also well above average, right, height-wise?
7 foot.
7 feet tall. Okay. And just to remind everybody, in case anybody forgot how incredibly cute Idicus is, how tall is this little Warforged?
3 feet.
Slightly less than 1 meter for our Canadian friends. And he's got a teddy bear, for goodness sakes. Are we going with he? Is that the pronoun? Okay. There we go. The two of you stand at the top of the stairs looking down on these 2 wild animals eating food in the dining room. You know one of them, the other one's brand new. Mad because small. No, sweet. Small and sweet. So far. We'll see how long that lasts in this world.
Probably forever.
Yeah, I hope so. We'll see. But that's what you guys see when you look down. Idicus, yeah, there's just a friend and a friend's friend in the middle of a big empty room with all the other people not being friendly.
Fred. All right, let's go meet Fred.
And Idicus is just gonna kind of like go right down and go to the new to Bigfred. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Bigfred, yeah.
I'm just asking, is it kind of a waddle, this walk, or is it like a very straight line? Like, you know, that little baby wobble?
More of a scamper.
Because goblins have got that bow-legged thing going too, right? Yeah. I don't
didn't
know.
mean wobble.
You tell us.
Waddle.
How does Idicus move? No?
He might have at one point, but I think it's gone away.
Okay. So
Since
he's not
he doesn't
a
have
toddler, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, since he doesn't have the goblin body anymore.
Ah. Oh, yes, that makes sense. Yeah, he's got better control of the Warforged than he did of his. He's Goblin Forged. That's what we're going with now. That's easier to say. Goblin Forged. So, yeah, you run down the stairs. You hop up on the bench to be at the same eye height with them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what. Or
at least to be able to see.
Well, yeah, just this little metal head pops up. Yeah.
Fred.
And the teddy, yeah.
And he's just talking to Big Fred, and
Fred.
Big Fred responds in Goblin, and he just says, "Hello, little one."
And Idicus's face lights up, and he goes,
"Hello, I have not met anyone else who can talk Goblin with me. Hello."
Do you say that in Goblin? So is this conversation in Goblin? Okay, perfect. Nobody else speaks this, right? The other two?
Yeah. Bo is going to actually look at Idicus until she starts speaking to Doggo. Bigford?
Yeah.
Yeah, my dog chooses the loveliest times to love me.
You're paying attention to someone else.
Now then. No, as soon as Idicus gets up next to the table,
yeah,
he's gonna have half a piece of steak, medium rare, almost raw steak hanging out of his mouth. Yeah. He just kind of looks over to Idicus until Idicus starts talking to Bigford.
Yeah.
And then he's just gonna go back to eating, assuming Creature's not too far behind. He can hear Creature too.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. Unless creature is specifically sneaking, we'll give you that because it's advantage versus advantage. So yeah. Creature. Idicus is torn off down the stairs like a kid on Christmas morning.
Creature is following from a respectable distance, kind of the I'm here if I need to intervene.
Right.
But I'm not. But I'm letting Idicus do their own thing. Kind of helicopter parenting almost.
Yeah.
But also at the same time going, he'll make his own mistakes.
Absolutely.
Like you only go in when you need to go in.
Yeah. And two of you continue to eat breakfast.
I just imagine someone puts a plate of something in front of Creature.
Oh yeah, and also in front of Idicus, yeah. Just a full breakfast. Yeah.
They're just going to be staring at the food.
After you don't touch it for a couple minutes, somebody just comes and... Oh, go ahead. You were going to say something? Yeah.
Idicus, to be nice, even though he doesn't eat, he'll pick something up and like...
just bounce it off your face. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like a sausage, just boink.
Bo's going to see that Creature isn't eating.
Yeah.
He's just going to quickly grab the meat off his plate, put it onto his, and just continue eating.
Just keep snarfing it back, yeah.
What is it with the humans' obsession with cooking?
Outside cows start creeping away from the building. And you finish your breakfast. While you're sitting there eating, perhaps it occurs to at least three of you that you were given interesting gifts last night, but you were also asked to do some things. And you can see the map now in front of you. I've got it sort of zoomed out for our viewers so they can see those three red circles, which are the three places one of each of you was asked to go to accomplish some mission. From north to south, Shadowtop Cathedral. That is the Emerald Enclave. That is the Druidics, persons and ants and treants and all that good stuff. To the south is Daggerford, which is a small to medium-sized town. And immediately to your west is Amphale, which I know it looks really close. But if you use that big scale meter at the bottom, in fact, you don't even have to, because what you can do is click on this measure thing, go no snapping. In a direct straight line through the forest, it is 44 miles to that town. To put this in perspective, then we don't have to go there. This is just, I'm using the closest one as an example. Yeah, 300 miles to the cathedral, and that's in a perfectly straight line across country. Going cross country, you average 10 miles a day. Traveling on roads, you average 20. Those numbers will not change until you get horses, and there are no horses to spare after the attack in Golden Fields last night.
Why ride food?
So, you have a choice. Not only where are you going to go, but how are you going to get there? Are you going to take the long way around following roads? Roads are also much safer. There are a lot of, for those who may not have played a lot of campaigns like this before, there are a tremendous number of random encounters that can occur while traveling every single day, but those are less vicious and less ferocious if you stay on the roads, but it will take you much, much longer to get where you're going.
The question ends up being, is it safer for humans or is it safer for us as well?
Yes, well, that is exactly it too. Perhaps the four of you might meet some, as you already have, meet some resistance to who you are, even amongst the world where there are dragons and whatnots. You are all sort of the strangest of the strange, so in your own ways. And you've already noticed that people don't treat you the same.
And I mean, from Bickford's point of view, I mean, Waterdeep is just a big oh shit.
Yep.
He's still a bugbear.
Yeah.
Yeah, and regardless of the little patch of a tabard that he's got that says he's a guard of Golden Fields, that doesn't mean anything outside of Golden Fields, and he knows it.
Absolutely. So yes, the shortest route would probably be down to Waterdeep and then either Daggerford or Amphale. But I will shush now, and I would like 4 characters because Bickford, you get an opinion, you just don't have a place. So you know, you get you're kind of in an interesting position. But I love these moments because I drop back now. So yeah,
basically, Bo's going to pull out a map that he has.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to mark down where he needs to go. And then I'm assuming that the others, so it's going to end up looking like the map you have on the screen.
Exactly. Yeah. The 3 red.
And then he's going to say, okay, we all have our own little quests, but I don't think it's going to be wise for us to go alone. Especially you, little boy. Iticus, I believe your name was.
Yes and no. It is not safe for me.
Yeah. We need protect. Mm-hmm. At any rate, my suggestion is we don't really have any other forms of transportation other than our feet. So if we try and do mine first, it's going to be a pain in the derriere. It's going to take too long. At this point, we'll need to find a different way.
We would suggest Amphale, then move to Daggerford.
Yeah, that was my suggestion exactly. We start off.
Bickford's just like, sorry, Bickford's like, that one's closer.
Could Bickford read?
Bickford can read Common and Goblin.
Okay.
Speak, read, and write. It's just
right.
His written Common looks like shit.
Looks like my printing when I'm in a hurry. Yeah, I get that. Even I go, what the hell was that? Maybe if I turn it that way.
Paws trying to use a quill. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. And the duck keeps screaming, and yeah.
Creature doesn't have eyes, so he's seeing things differently.
Yes.
He's very lucky that this map is bumpy.
Yeah. You're brailing the map. Is that a city? No, that's where I dropped some sand. Oh, okay. We were confused. Anyway. So, Iticus.
So Bo's going to say, I suggest we stick together. He's going to look at Bickford and say, big boy, you going to join us, or are you just going to go around and cause havoc? Because to me, it seems like you'd be one of those havoc-causing types of bears.
The less people know I'm here, the better.
I believe that goblins and the like refer to themselves as a havoc brigade.
Well, there was a bit of that last night.
There was certainly some havoc. Yes.
A whole brigade's worth.
Yes. So, is that the plan? Amphale first?
Well, 2 of us have already agreed on that.
Mm-hmm.
I think Iticus is just going to stick with Bo and Creature, if I'm not mistaken. Bickford,
it
was
just,
offered, so if he decides
Bickford's just like, this is the closest one.
Yeah, so that to me, that was another vote for Amphale. Just by default. That's the least walking.
Yes, he's like, we're going to go to Amphale for now.
So,
if our logic is correct, we would either go by road through Waterdeep, or we would go directly through to Amphale.
Yes, that is the question.
Now, I'm not exactly allowed in Waterdeep, so I suggest we go through straight to Amphale.
It would technically be less time, considering if we have to go down to Waterdeep, it's probably going to add another day or 3 or who knows how many on there. It's more logical to go across the way.
Waterdeep's just going to ask questions about us, like points to Creature, points to himself.
Several people are not supposed to be there.
I'm in some trouble with the gang.
I myself have not had the pleasure of visiting Waterdeep just yet.
And you're going on your own.
Yeah, if I go, I'm going on my own, but not today.
Iticus, you've been real quiet. You stop smashing sausages. One of the staff comes over and wipes the sausage grease off your little face.
I'm not sure if Inikus can read.
Okay.
At least not common.
Yeah. Sure.
Well, that's fine because he's going to be pointing and saying where each one of them is anyway. Because he thinks that Bo thinks that Inikus is a kid. He sees a kid in Inikus because
that works for me. Yeah. And Inikus, you can see the 3 big red circles on the map, and you know where you are because somebody put a big green blob there. So yeah.
Someone sneezed.
Yeah.
The perfect circle.
So
I sneezed earlier. Thank you. All right.
And when Inikus hears Waterdeep, he just
not even speaking. Okay.
No.
So straight across the grasslands, 44 miles. That is 4 days. It's going to take you to get there. 4.5 days even. So
I can make things easier by taking just about everybody's pack.
I don't think anybody's up to the encumbrance limits. I don't think anybody's limited by movement or by weight. Yeah.
I'm basically an ogre when it comes to lifting.
Yes, you get to lift as a large entity instead of a medium, so everything doubles, right? So, yeah. But you are also naturally lazy, as you have pointed out in chat.
Mm-hmm.
So the 4 of you finish breakfast and the other ablutions and preparations that are required. You adjust packs and you head out of town heading west with the rising sun at your backs. Who wants to roll to see if there's an encounter today?
Can I?
Absolutely, you can. We're going to get one person to do it each day because in this case it's 4 days to get there. So roll me D100, please.
Watch it roll down the street.
20. Okay. Yes. Okay. Now I get to. 62. Makes perfect sense. You get about a quarter of a day, a half a day out of Golden Fields. You look behind you, you can still see the last wisps of smoke highlighted against the morning sun. And you see ahead of you a group of people beside the road. And as you get closer and closer, you see they've got a couple small campfires going. But you get closer still, and those of you with noses can smell that there's nothing's cooking. It's just fires. And it's just a group of people sitting around the fires shaking, not from the cold. It's not cold. But they look like they're probably from Golden Fields. They ran away last night, and now they're terrified and lost and starving out here.
Bickford immediately goes into stealth.
Okay.
Creature, weirdly, will walk up, like, with his pack and pull out basic medical supplies.
Yeah.
To just check to see how everyone's doing.
Absolutely. You start poking around. There's a couple scrapes and bruises here and there, like they fell down. You figure out very quickly that, yes, this is refugees. They're running away. But then they stopped when they got to a distance, and now they're out of food and they're out of water. So for the most part, they are just scratches and some little tiny wounds here and there. So you can very easily fix them up. I don't need a medicine roll or anything like that from you. The others?
Just take some alcohol and...
Yep. Pour it on the wounds. Yeah, absolutely. Next.
But yeah. Sorry, Bickford goes into stealth because he doesn't want to scare them.
Yep. So poof, into the trees.
Yeah.
Give us a stealth roll, just because I know you want to.
He just sort of takes off over to the side.
24. Yeah.
Well, before Bickford leaves, Bo is going to hand his pack to Bickford.
Yeah.
And then Bickford can stealth. Bo is actually going to go behind some stones where nobody on that side of the stones can see him.
Yeah.
And change into his wolf form.
Okay.
So now he's in his lycanthrope.
Yeah.
and he's going to quietly pad over to the group to snip them and try and be playful, like an oversized dog rather than the wolf he is.
Okay. Did Creature see the wolf last night in the fight? Creature and Atticus? I don't think they did, because
No.
you guys were on opposite sides of the town, right?
No.
I don't think either of us saw that.
So yeah, Creature
Well, I
and
changed back before leaving the forest.
yeah, so Creature, you see a huge black wolf come out of the forest and start kind of, being playful and moving towards the group. Clearly no, well, that's not going to say clearly no ill intent. Give me, to see how well you I'm not saying that you're trying to handle them, but give me an animal handling to see how well you read this wolf. Not well. That's a 6. So you are concerned because a huge black wolf has just come out of the trees.
Can I use perception to kind of just sniff the air using one of the tongues in my...
Yes, absolutely. And also give me an advantage perception check from Beowulf, please. You said you wanted to sniff and see what was going on around here?
It's not great.
It's not great, so yeah.
I'm just checking for familiarity. That's about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big black wolf. Beowulf was a big person, but yeah, probably not. But Beowulf, yeah, the 20 is absolutely works. You realize right away, all you smell is fear. There's zero food here. These people are hungry. You can hear their bellies rumbling.
And there is a forest area nearby, or an
Absolutely.
area where
This counts as grasslands, but yeah, it's when I say grasslands, there's
There's
trees and stuff around.
there's
It's just not a
bunnies
full blown
and
forest.
stuff like that.
Sorry?
There's like bunnies and such
Oh
like
yeah,
that,
absolutely.
right?
There's lots of wildlife. Yeah.
Creature, while watching the wolf, has reached into, kind of taken out his rations and his water.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't really use those anyways.
No, absolutely.
And he tosses them over to the people and just...
So they okay.
And moves forward towards the wolf, kind of in a ready if something's about to happen kind of stance.
Not openly aggressive, but openly defensive.
Yeah.
Hobo's just gonna sit down and then wag his tail like a happy little dog.
Yeah. Okay. Were you also going to do some hunting, or are you seeing that they're fed?
Yeah,
So
Bo's
that's good.
gonna actually go out and capture about 2 or 3 rabbits to bring
Absolutely.
back so they can roast it over the pit to get them back to Golden Fields.
Absolutely. Perfect.
sees
So
the
they're
wolf
between
sit
that
down
and
and
that, they're
fuck off.
fed. Yeah. Idicus, just before we get around to Bigfoot again, because you're hidden in the trees waiting to see what you want to do. So I'm assuming you waited until you saw what everybody else did.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. So Idicus, what do you do in this situation?
He's gonna run in and sit down and just try and start talking to them.
There's some shock early on, but then there's a fairly quick acceptance. And very, very shortly, there are 3 little girls sitting around you, tying grass and flowers into everywhere that they can possibly tie them on your little warforged body.
Oh, very, very pretty. Thank you.
And they're sticking them in the eye holes and in the mouth piece and then
2
Yeah.
daisies for eyes now.
yeah, absolutely. It's like the first time somebody let or adults let the kids play with makeup, right? They're just going to town on you, making you pretty, all in flowers.
And Atticus does not mind.
And
He's just like,
This works. I like this.
then the one little one holds up this little sort of wicker doll. It's just like grass tied together with more grass. Fred?
Fred.
Fred?
Fred.
Fred? Points at you.
Fred. Oh, Itticus. Fred?
Jonathan. Fred?
Fred.
Fred. He points at you. He's not getting, right? He thinks your doll is named Fred. And he
Atticus is just like, okay.
yep. And then there's more and more flowers just piling on. You're just this garland now, this little moving garland talking to this child who's very confused, but he's willing to have this conversation all day long and never get it. So, yes.
And Atticus won't get it either.
Nope. The two of you are just oblivious to the world and having a joyful time. Bigford, you look into the camp and it's like no, but there's a wolf, there's a faceless death machine, clearly. I mean, there is nothing pleasant about Creature. And there's this little metal, too nice to trust Warforged thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they've all been accepted by this group of people. Nobody's screaming, nobody's yelling.
Bigford, he can't help it. He's just going to stealth up and do his thing where he just appears next to somebody.
Absolutely. Give me
he's going to end up sitting behind Iticus.
Okay, give us a stealth. 14. What is your passive perception, Iticus?
10.
10. Yeah, even with flowers in your eyes, it's probably not good. Yeah. So, yeah, suddenly you, Iticus.
Oh my god, I have the highest passive perception.
Yep. What is yours?
13.
13. So, yeah, even you didn't see this, which is funny because there's 2 not great stealth rolls, but is nobody paying attention. Beowulf, what's your passive perception? I should remember these.
12, because I rolled 13 to steal their sausage.
Right. So, yes, you plunk down Iticus. The first you notice is that the kids that are putting flowers on you just stop and turn. And you watch 2 of them sort of move past you, and you kind of turn like, oh, where are they going? And they start tying flowers into Bickford's hair.
He stiffens. He's not used to this.
And it's like from the knees down, that's all they can reach, right?
Well, no, he sat down.
Oh, that's right. You sat down. So yeah, they're braiding it into like your arm hair as it comes out of your armor.
He's just like,
do you have a beard?
Moving.
They're absolutely putting one in a beard.
Oh yeah, there's like a little bit of a chin.
And they're just fearless. Like they're little kids, right? They're just fearlessly putting grass ribbons and flowers all over you.
It's just like, this is new.
Iticus, you're right there. Do you have?
Just they friend. They're friend.
Big friend.
Friend, I get it. Friend, I get it. And he starts dancing around the fire.
Yeah, he's just like, big friend.
Yes.
Big flower, big flower, big flower.
And Iticus just expects everyone to get it.
Yep. Bo and Creature, they are leaping on your food. They're eating the rations now and cooking the rabbits and whatnot that you brought back. And they'd be grateful, but they're stuffing their mouths. I mean, and let's be fair, it's only been one night. These are, but these people live in the food belt. They're used to being full all the time.
Second breakfast.
Yeah, this isn't, they're not even done pre-breakfast yet in their minds, right? You just bought them last night's going to bed snack. So the 2 of you, how do you respond to that sort of reaction from Lance? That's nasty. Leave them to their fate. They're weak, they ran. Leave them to their fate.
I'm going to kneel down, considering I'm assuming Beowulf as a wolf isn't going to talk.
Yeah.
No, Beowulf doesn't talk as a wolf.
Yeah.
He barks.
Just keeps coming back in and spitting out rabbits.
Well, no, he'll stop after a while.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Oh, Creature definitely takes one of those rabbits, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll stop after a while and then lay down next to the
Flump.
fire, just wagging his tail.
And a couple of the kids come over. They're not putting flowers on you because they recognize wolf. Like, they're not afraid of these 2 because they've never been taught to be afraid of little metal people or big furry people. But wolves, they know. And so it's only the bravest of the kids that come over and kind of scritch you behind the ears.
Yeah, he'll let them and just wags his tail.
And as soon as that happens, one of them just sits down and starts scritching behind both ears.
Oh, he gets very happy at that. Kind of like the tongue comes out and like,
big happy dog.
Yeah.
Which leaves us with, yes, Creature.
Once you have finished your meal and we have patched you up, Go home. We have made it safe. Return to Golden Fields.
You made it safe, says one of the older gentlemen. What do we call you?
The danger is gone.
You're heroes then. What do we call you?
Oh, shit.
You need not call us anything. We were simply passing through.
The passers through. I don't know how I'm going to rhyme with that, but we'll do something. Thank you so much. And you realize that you're speaking to an old bard. He's already putting a song together. He doesn't even know. You told him you saved the town. That's good enough for him. He's going to start writing the song.
He'll figure out the rest at Miros' place.
Yeah, we'll figure it out afterwards. But yes, that's the response you get.
After everyone is, it looks like they're ready and they're kind of like nothing's happening at this point anymore.
Yeah.
Creature's going to stand up.
Come down. We have places to be.
And he kind of reaches out a hand to Iticus to kind of hold his hand and walk with him.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Bo, since he's still in his wolf form, will walk over to Iticus and nuzzle him to see if he wants to ride on his back.
Oh, okay.
So you
Creature will see this, pick up.
Lift him up and plunk him on his back. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bigford.
Is slowly peeling children off of him.
Yes,
Because
absolutely.
At some point, the boys realize that Bickford is climbable.
Yes, and non-resistant.
Mm-hmm.
He's just kind of sitting there being a mountain. Yeah.
Yeah. So he starts peeling children off of him.
Yeah. Some of the adults start to help. Come on, get off.
Yeah.
As you stand up, there is an avalanche of loose flowers and grass fall to the ground, but a number of them are still stuck in your personage.
Mm-hmm. He just leaves it.
Yeah.
It's not a detriment. It's not in the way. It's just there.
And you
so
continue.
he looks to the oldest person in the group. He's like, I don't know how you humans do this, but and bows right down to the waist.
Oh wow. There's kind of and the bard that you were talking to earlier recovers first and gives you a full royal foot out the back with the flourish stage bow in return. It's not the formal one that you gave, but it's his version of it, right?
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Be and come. We must go.
And the four of you go one way. The group starts to head back towards town the other way. And for the rest of the first day, it's uneventful. You continue forth, moving about. Let's see. Oops. Hey, no, come on. Oh, that far? Yeah. A quarter of the distance. And at the end of that first day, the grassland sort of opens up in front of you, and it's much more open here. There is a moist forest to the south of you. It's kind of a swampy forest. And to the north of you, you can just see on the horizon a high plain that is obviously very dusty and dry. But right where you are is right in between. It's in this little creek valley, and it's really quite nice here. So at the end of that first day, you find a spot along the edge of the creek. And any special requests while looking for a campsite? Scented ghillie suit. Smells like wet dog. Is that what you're trying to say? I haven't made the joke yet. But yes, is there anything specific you're looking for in your campsite?
Someplace with a tree. Bickford's favored, he's not a ranger, so he doesn't have a favorite terrain. But as a bugbear, he likes places where he fits in. And as a bark swipe, he likes forests.
Yes. Yep.
So he kind of steers the group because he's got a lot longer stride, so he's always doubling back.
Yeah.
Wait, what's your speed at?
Oh, my speed's still 30. It's just
mine's at 35.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a monk. It's a monk thing.
I was trying to find that out. Oh,
Then you do wood elf monk, and it's just.
I'm sorry. Speed is 40 in wolf form, so.
Yep, and wolf form even.
right
yeah.
now
Oh wait, no, 45. I said 35. I meant 45. I'm fast.
I know.
Oh,
I
so I'm
see you
actually
guys walking
struggling
through
to
the
keep
forest
up.
all day, trying to be faster than, or through the plain all day, trying to be faster than each other. Idicus is like, well, they're fucking gone now.
The creature isn't trying to be faster than anyone. He's just moving at his regular pace.
Yeah.
And that happens to be 40s about.
So you find a place at the end of this first day with a couple of large trees beside this creek. It sort of weaves through the roots of the tree. You settle in.
Bo's gonna lay down to let Idicus get off.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then go drink some of the water before going behind the trees and returning back as his human self.
Absolutely. So you come back out as Beowulf.
Mm-hmm.
Idicus, you kind of pull the wolf. There's no wolf hair in all the places it doesn't have flowers. Yeah. And creature and Bigfoot. I mean, you're home, man. I mean, this is the outdoors. You can't see a light. You can't see a farm. You've seen nothing since those people today that require or reminds you of any kind of, people.
The farther away they got from the camp, the more relaxed he got.
Yep.
You could tell that people stress him out a little.
Yes, absolutely. So, with that, who's taking the first watch?
Oh, that would be creature.
Okay.
We got two people that don't even sleep.
And Idicus, yeah, neither one of you need to sleep, right?
Yep.
I've never, it doesn't say I don't need to sleep, but I'm a nocturnal creature.
Yeah, I assume that the Dampier is, you're undead, you don't sleep. So
Yeah, it says it's part undead, so I'm just not going to sleep.
it works, yeah. Absolutely. So the
And-
two of you, and you both have night vision as well, right? Because we gave you night vision because goblins have it, and you have it because you are what you are. The
Yeah.
night creature would obviously have night vision. So the other two of you, if they agree, are free to sleep through the night.
Well,
So-
if that's the case, Bo's gonna take the advantage,
Yeah.
but it's gonna call for Idicus to stay near him, where he can wrap Idicus in a blanket alongside him.
Okay.
Bigford does not offer to take watch at all.
Yep.
The second that it's kind of been decided between the two people that don't need to sleep, you
Yeah.
see him reach into the tree and just pull himself up.
Yeah. And just gone into the tree, just go to sleep.
Mhm.
Absolutely. So you're up in the tree going to sleep.
To get the best
Beowulf.
view, creature is just walking parallel to the tree.
Yeah, yes, that's right, because you can walk on vertical surfaces. So yeah, Bigford, you're climbing up one side.
Well, it's just pretty much one arm.
Yeah, and then pull
By
yourself
that
up
time,
onto a
he's
branch,
basically-
and then you watch your monk friend just go dunk, 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 and then he's up on a branch as well.
That's a neat trick.
It's efficient.
Beowulf, you curl up at the bottom of the fire with Idicus close by. You quickly fall asleep. Idicus, it's asleep. The thing that's hugging you basically is asleep now. So the two of you are awake, creature and Idicus. Both give me perception checks, please. Fifteen,
Eh,
15 and 14.
I did.
Okay.
I had a difference of 1 on both rolls.
Yeah. So, Idicus, it's you that sees it. In the distance, because it's glowing slightly and moving across the sky. That's not, like you see things that go across the sky sometimes. And then there's the moon that keeps changing size and shape and moves across the sky. But this isn't either one of those. This is much lower down, and it's kind of pointy on the bottom and kind of round on the top. And it glows a pale, pale blue. You look over, and creature's looking the other way at this particular moment.
Hey, Fred. Fred. Fred.
You're here,
And an acrobatic sort of leap
Yeah.
down from the tree to the ground,
Yeah.
kind of in a nice.
Yeah. And you look up and see this as well.
Thing.
Give
Is it getting
me.
bigger?
It's going to get closer to you. You watch for a couple minutes and you can see it's traversing the sky. It's not at its closest point yet, but it's not like it's going to come over you. It's going to pass by. But both of you give me intelligence checks. I know, couldn't be better. A 12, that's not bad for Itikus.
Intelligence saving throw?
Yeah, give me, yeah. Well, yeah, that's what it is now. Yeah, a 12 and an 11.
I have a -1.
Yes, it is, whatever this thing is, it's huge. It's clearly magical. But that's all that you can draw from that.
We wake up friends.
We wake up friends and we move.
Smart idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to do this quick just to see. No, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I did not fall out of the tree when they shook it.
I was
so
actually going
Itikus-
to do it that way.
Itikus, you
Punch.
wake up Beowulf? Is that the...
Yeah, both.
You're
can
right there,
actually-
so yeah.
Yeah. Probably be half awake once he hears Creature jump down.
Yeah.
And then definitely finish waking up when Bigford gets down. So he's
300 pounds
gonna
of
stand up and
Yeah.
look around.
And then
say,
yeah,
"Hey,
Itikus is like, Fred. As you wake up, Itikus is shaking you, going, Fred.
Just a nice 1-inch punch into the tree, leaving a nice little dent
Yeah.
of the shape of a fist.
And you don't fall out of the tree.
Yeah. What
Bigford?
happens is you see Bigford, he kind of just sort of swings down, and in his right hand he's got the bugbear's blackjack.
Yeah, just lands. The two of you, it's quickly pointed out to you, it's getting a little bit closer. So all four of you give me intelligence. This time, let's do intelligence checks, not saves.
Okay.
Do I just click intelligence?
So where it actually says intelligence.
Natural 20.
Yeah, there it is. -1 for 19. Yeah.
Well,
That makes this, this works. You've lived in the forest your whole life,
What the fuck is that?
Big Frid, and you don't pay attention to that, so that's fine. Itikus, I mean, it's sparkly and it's cool. Beowulf, it's interesting, but you don't have any reference. Like, you've never seen anything like this before. It's flying, it's floating. Creature, the other part, the dead part.
That's the human part.
Okay, so yes, that part says, haven't seen one of those in a while. And an image of a flying castle appears in your head. And you see what looks like ants running around in front of it. And in your mind, it zooms in, they're horses. This is a flying castle built for giants.
Is it moving towards the town that we're heading?
It is actually heading from the northeast to the southwest. It's heading for the mountains that are southwest of you. And with a natural 20 -1 or not, I don't care. This is the only giants that do this are cloud giants. This is like way up. You know that there's an order to giants, and cloud giants are at or near the top.
mhm.
Yeah, Bigford would have been like, giants, bullshit, they're dumb.
Yeah. So
We
yes,
move.
Creature, you're the
Quickly.
only one. Yeah.
We move and we move quickly. I'll explain on the way. We'll explain on the way.
This game's going to end up being all about pronouns. It's really cool. It was never the intent.
Pronouns I have to work on.
Where are you heading then?
So,
We keep heading where we were going.
yes, it's going
Just
like
stay
it's
away from
crossing in
that.
front of you, and you're sort of going across its tail because it's flying, right? So it's moving a lot quicker than you are.
We move fast enough, we should be able to pass by before it passes us.
The other way around, actually, it's going to pass, and then you're going to go where it was. But yeah, either way, it's all but past you.
But
So
you lead the way.
Yeah.
I can't see where the hill and I can't see what the hill of beans in the dark.
Okay.
so
uh,
without
remind me how fast you can move as a wolf.
I'm not a wolf at the moment.
But it's
Oh,
normally
yes.
40 feet,
I
right?
can
When
only
you
move.
are? Yeah.
Yeah, as a wolf, I can move 40. As a human, 30.
So, with that, you have not had a full night's rest. Any of you. So, anybody that, I don't think there was any damage, so that's not required. But if you're going to start moving now, the two of you that needed sleep are going to take one level of exhaustion.
It has to be done.
Just for having no sleep. So the four of you quickly pack up, put out the fire, kick the fire into the creek to put it out so there's no smoke. And by the time you're ready to go, the castle has moved on, and you continue to move forward into the darkness. Beowulf, that's all you see for ages. Yes.
Beowulf, you're not exhausted. It's Creature and Iticus.
No, it's the other way around. The two of you that needed sleep but didn't get it. Two of them that don't need sleep didn't take it. So you take one as well because you didn't get a full night's rest.
Oh, me?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do I do that?
It's on the character sheet. Is it left-hand side underneath the stats? I'm trying to remember. That's sheer memory. I don't have a character sheet open. Beowulf, you just clicked it. Whereabouts is it?
It's on. If you click on conditions, it gives up the list of conditions in D&D Beyond. Exhaustion.
Oh, you're on D&D Beyond. Never mind. Okay.
Okay.
Hang on. Let me open up your sheet.
Sorry, I don't know how to do it on Roll20.
That's all good. Oops, that's the wrong character. There we go. I know it's here somewhere. Oh, you're changing pages on me. Let me go back. It's on here, this page somewhere. Oh, I think I have. Hang on. I have to put it as a thing over here. I think you have to add it, but I'm not going to do that right now. Just make a note somewhere you're at level 1 exhaustion. It's not a big deal. It's only -1 on your checks, not on combat, just on or saves or something. Either way, figure it out. You're probably never going to have to use it. Anyway, you, the four of you, force your way on through the night and into the dawn. Beowulf, as the sun comes up, you can finally see. And you see that you are continuing to move west towards Amphail. As the sun rises, the two of you are just... It feels like you're waterlogged. You're just, everything's heavy and tired. That hangover's coming back. You're dehydrated. It's been a rough night and day. But as the sun comes up, you continue to move. Who is going to roll for today?
I will.
Okay. Be a D100. 58. The four of you stumble through the day, tired, beaten, exhausted, staring around at the sky, checking to see if that castle's coming back. You see glints on the horizon from time to time, but nothing that you're absolutely sure about. And at the end of that second day, the area is still very lush and fertile. There's little creeks and streams that you can camp by. There's still a few trees, but it's more like shrubberies at this point. I mentioned for Bickford's purposes. The end of the second day, those of you that need to eat. We do the same thing. The same two stay up all night.
Yeah.
Are we still moving all night, or are we going to stop for the day?
That's the next question.
Because Bolya's starting to feel it already. He's like, okay.
If you do another sleepless night, you will take another level of exhaustion. So yes.
The two of you need rest.
Yes.
Sleep.
Bickford nods, then you realize he's actually falling asleep while he's sleeping.
Yeah, down he goes and out. So we try again. Yeah.
Pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
Of course, staying next to Iticus as he walks, but still staying as he stays in his human form.
Absolutely.
So
you can't see squat at night. yeah. So
he can't see squat at night anyway.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna eat some rations, and he'll be out within 2 seconds of his head hitting.
Yeah, you guys are thrashed. Walking for 2 days is truly exhausting through wild territory.
And because we went through the night that time, did we move a little more than just 20 at this point?
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. It was, yeah. You're sort of a day and a half out now, rather than 2 days you normally would have been. Absolutely. Let's have the two of you roll perception again. The two of you that are still awake. Yeah. So, creature.
Come on, man. Don't fail me now. There we go.
19. There it
go.
is. Yeah. Idicus, this time you're looking the wrong way. You're the one that's looking the other way at this point. Creature, you're scanning the horizon and the sky, and you see that pinpoint of light. It is directly west of you. And if you're right, and you're pretty sure you're right, it's directly over Amphail. Do you tell Idicus?
I'll tell everyone in the morning. There's no
Okay.
point worrying people now.
Yep. Well, okay.
It'll be a walk and talk kind of thing.
As you continue to watch, there's a beam of light comes out of the bottom of it and then disappears. And then it starts to drift away, going north along the mountain lines.
Stole a cow.
I'll let everyone know what happened once everyone's woken up, but there's no point worrying Idicus about it now when there's nothing we can do.
Absolutely.
Or worrying anyone else about it when there's nothing we can do or nothing that can affect us with it.
Has no active conditions. Yes, because in the morning you wake up, the two of you, and this time you're rested. You got a good night's sleep. Over breakfast, you are informed.
Another castle above the sky, over Amphail.
This is not good. Not good at all.
He's just like, was it the same one?
What mean?
Not likely. Not fast enough to move like that. And what does it mean? We'll know more once we get to Amphail.
I suppose we should hurry.
That was what we thought as well. Should only take us 1 or 2 days more.
Well, if Idicus, if we need help with Idicus and going faster, because I know you guys are a little bit faster than I am on foot, I can go ahead and help us all out getting going with the speed and change back to the wolf.
Good to know. Didn't know for certain. Too impolite to ask directly.
All right. As long as you don't hunt me, I don't give a crap.
Werewolves and my kind have never truly clicked.
Yeah, you're kind of both
thought
apex.
about that.
You're both apex predators, right?
So, Bo is going to look at Idicus and says, "You want to ride some more?"
Yes, if it doesn't hurt you, yes.
It does not. So, Bo is going to hand Bickford his pack again.
Yep.
And before you see him shift into his wolf form.
For the first time, you don't go and hide behind a tree.
No, this time he doesn't because he has a feeling that only the other three are around.
Yes.
And if he wants to gain their trust at any rate. So he's letting them know for a fact that he is a werewolf.
Absolutely. So
He can hopefully gain their trust.
onto all fours. Idicus.
When Beowulf shifts,
Bickford's
like, "Holy shit, you're a werewolf!"
We just had this conversation.
Well,
Do not listen to us.
He's gonna look at Bickford and just like lower his ears and whimper a little, wondering if Bickford's gonna actually do anything to hurt him.
No, it was just more Bickford being a little thick.
There's a like a polite but still like no damage dealing at all. But you know, one of those kind of like smacks to the back of the head.
More commonly called Gibbs smack.
Yeah, the Gibbs smack. Yeah.
I think in my family it's called the smarten up slap.
Yes, yeah.
Smart Alex smack.
Yeah. So it's just that, and it's just
Listen when speaking.
Okay, so
Breakfast.
Bo is gonna lay down so that Idicus can get on, and then we can take off.
Absolutely. We will drive you guys. We can do this in one long day, you realize, as you start out. It will be a long day, but if you force yourselves, you will be able to cover the remaining distance in one very long day.
I'm assuming we're leaving just before dawn at this point.
Absolutely. And because of this, somebody roll D100 for me.
Had on the roll.
Yeah, it's just jerky and off you go. 23. Okay. That means I roll.
Whoa.
Few numbers can be worse than a 4 on a D100. 3 to be specific.
As you move forward, that most of the day just travels in that sort of haze of my sore legs and the sun. You kind of sense it moving and passing you over the course of the day, but you're just head down going. You're not really paying attention to your surroundings. You are just covering ground to try and get to Amphale. And you're not far out of Amphale itself. And you hear off to the side, "Stand and deliver!" And you look up and there's a bunch of people with longbows drawn down on you. You look around, there's at least 4 or 5 of them.
Oh no.
Bo is going to come to a quick stop, hoping that Idicus doesn't fall off.
Yep.
And just kind of lower his ears and lay down. And hopefully, well, he knows because Idicus is on his back, he won't do anything more. But he's just going to stay put at that point as soon as he sees the bows and arrows.
This is just flavoring things as what creature is.
Yeah.
To reach the speeds that he's reaching to keep up with everyone.
Yeah.
He's gone on all fours. Kind of hands are reach in front.
Yeah.
As well. And he looks, and creature looks around and kind of just go,
"We are not the diplomatic sort. Does anyone else have better word skills?"
You're looking at me.
Idicus and Bo.
Like, I need to Bo's gonna look at him and just say, "Ruff."
Yeah. Idicus on Beowulf's back.
Idicus is gonna get off of Beowulf's back, sit down, and put his hands up.
With Fred.
Is there like a rock or a bunch of trees or something that is in the area?
Close by, yeah, absolutely. But you hear the lead. Yeah.
Yeah, once Idicus is off.
Yeah.
Bo's gonna get up quickly and run for that quote unquote cover.
Yep.
So he can transform back to human and possibly talk everybody out of this.
So you leap behind the rock. The leader of this group looks down at you and kind of makes a decision. The eyes are going back and forth between Creature and Idicus and Bickford and Creature and Bickford, because Idicus has surrendered already. So looks
creature.
Yeah.
Creature looks like a plague doctor.
Yes, yeah,
that's what he is.
Yep. Yeah. Bickford, how are you presenting to this?
Bickford, because he had 2 packs worth on him.
Yeah.
He was kind of like just sort of doing that like long-term jog.
Yeah.
That hikers do.
Yeah.
When he hears the stand and deliver, he just sort of skids and freezes. So he's just like
with the 2 bags over your shoulders. Yes.
Yeah, just kind of looking at these guys. That's too far. That's too far for the whip. Shit. Just no.
Creature, give me an intimidation check with advantage, please.
All right. It's just going to be a stare down, essentially. Basically,
yeah. You're getting advantage because A,
19.
who you are, and B, who they are, who you've got standing around you. You just lock face. I was going to say lock eyes, but you haven't got any. So you just lock face with this leader. And he's drawing down on you, and there's like literally no reaction. You're not moving, and there's nothing without this. And you just watch the tension come off the bow.
There's also just a quick
And the tension
As
comes
part
the
of the
rest of the way off the bow. Yeah. Beowulf,
about
you
that
step
time,
out from
but-
behind the wolf
Yeah.
steps in, you step out. He looks. Another day, lads, another day, and starts to back away from you.
That's what I thought. Can I
Ready?
help you gentlemen at all?
And they're just disappearing into the trees. They're just fading away. They have decided you are a bad choice of people to try and rob. Idicus,
Well,
you were going to say something?
Idicus just goes,
Oh, okay.
I love it. And with that,
Bickford's just like,
yeah.
so that's it?
apparently so, big guy.
We've gotten out of a lot of fights that way.
I would assume.
Good job.
Also, most people assume I'm infected with something, so there's that.
Fair.
So, about how far are we away now?
You're within a couple of hours. You are very, very close. And in fact, I was going to say once you sort of recover from this and head the rest of the way into town, it's not long before you get there. You can see Amphail as you come over the crest of a ridge down at the bottom of a valley by the lake or by the water. And on a main road, you can see it's a multi-lane road with traffic going in and out and through this town. It is very much a through town. There's no reason to be in Amphail. It's here because it is about 2 days drive from Rassalantar, which is about 5 days drive. It's all about camping places along here.
Right.
So you can see, even from this distance, a couple of things about Amphail. One of them is there is a huge statue of a black horse rearing up that appears to be done in stone in the center of town. You may even have heard that this town is famous for its horse breeding. It is the one thing that they do here that makes them stand out. One of you will be interested to know you can also see the sign for the Stag-Horned Flagon, a cozy tavern. And also you see in this town, right next to the horse, in the center of the town square, there is a sparkling blue crater. Just with lightning. And every time it does that, a couple sort of 5 or 6 seconds later, you hear it's the thunder, but you're still a long ways away.
Right.
But there's a lightning storm happening in a crater in the middle of this town.
Oh, joy.
You can see people sort of standing around and looking, but nobody's gotten very close to it. What do you do?
Well, guys, what should we do? Should we just go ahead and waltz right in?
Fred from other town told me to go to other
in Goblin, he says tavern because
Yeah.
he doesn't know the common
Yep.
word.
and talk to Fred there.
We'll go to, and then the creature just repeats the word for tavern in Goblin, not knowing what the hell it means.
Yeah. Bickford, you hear tavern, goblin.
Oh, yeah. As everyone starts talking, Bickford starts to walk off like he normally does.
Yeah.
Here's tavern and goblin. Stop.
Comes back.
I'm assuming Beowulf has taken his pack back by now too.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second that you're human again, it's in your hand.
yeah. I'm not carrying this anymore.
Beowulf, not to be rude, but have you thought about saddlebags?
That's not a bad idea, actually.
Just put Idicus in one and
Your stuff in the other, yeah. A little palanquin for your back for Idicus to ride in. Anyway.
Just a suggestion, might make things easier for you.
But you can hear, even from this distance, and even in spite of the thunderous lightning storm in the middle of the city or the town, you can hear singing coming from the tavern. And you can see in the town square, there used to be a lot of like bunting and banners and tables and whatnot, but most of it was destroyed by the impact of whatever it is that landed here. But there's clearly a party going on in Amphale.
Every day's party day, it seems.
Okay. My suggestion, we go check that out and figure out what's going on. Might be part of what we need to do while we're here.
And Idicus, yeah, you can see the picture. And your other bartender friend showed you the picture, so you can see the place you're supposed to go. Just in case you can't read. We got it covered.
Idicus was going to call it the
Flag Stog Tavern.
Flagstone Tavern.
No. No.
I love it.
Bigford asks in Goblin,
Oh,
where's the beer?
and in Goblin he gets it right. Staghorn flagon.
Yes.
Yeah.
But not in common.
Yeah. Bigford's like, was it Staghorn flagon? What?
Yeah, I mean, and the sign is just a big curved horn with foam on the top, right?
Mm-hmm. And he's just like, look for the foamy horn.
You can see it from here, yeah.
Yeah.
So do you guys head into town? Yeah.
That sounds like that sounds like something a patient of mine had.
Do I even
There's a
want to
cream
know?
for that.
All right, let's get going.
You guys head in. I'm gonna look in the alley for stragglers.
So you wander off to feed. The other three, you head to the tavern. As you step in, there is a birthday bash going on, and you know who it's for. There's a little wizened old halfling sitting way up at the top of the room in a pointy hat, and he's got about 12 feather garlands and flower garlands on. He's got a drink in each hand, and he's just wobbling. And everybody around him is drinking to his health, even though his health looks like it is not doing very well considering the amount of alcohol they poured into his aged carcass. But it is a bash. There is food everywhere and people drinking everywhere around you. What did the three of you do?
Bigford's first thought is wondering just how much proof the halfling is at this point. As he reaches for an unattended beer.
Yeah, just yoink, just take one. Yeah, absolutely.
It is going to find somebody who works there, at least someone who looks like they work there, and tug on them, and say,
excuse me, friend at rum place.
He looks down at you and says, let me look for it. Oh, Arliosa?
Yes.
Yeah, she's over there behind the bar. Be nice. She's in a really bad mood tonight. And when she's in a bad mood, like, and I mean like literally, and rushes off with drinks.
And Idicus is going to
head to the bar. Yeah. Yep. Well, it makes sense because on the other side of the bar, standing on this table, it's human. So yeah, standing behind the bar is this woman who is clearly the lady that was pointed out, Arliosa Starhenge. You remember your other friend calling her Beowulf. We're going to get back to you almost immediately. I just want to know what Beowulf was doing first.
He's just gonna be like, my God, there's a lot of people in here. What the hell?
Yeah,
But
like
they're not
half the town is here. Yeah.
He's gonna try keep an eye on Idicus, possibly just follow him around, but also try to stay out of the way of the partygoers as well, trying to keep a low profile, basically.
Absolutely. So Bigford's in the party. You are cruising the party, and Idicus is looking
He's
for
doing his
Fred.
best impression of the wall.
Yes, yeah. Just beers just keep appearing in his hand as he stands almost invisibly blending into the wall. I get Shadow monk drinking.
Just about.
Where did all my beer
be right
go?
back.
I swear to God, I had a dozen beers.
I'll be right back.
Yes.
So you just hear the wall.
Yeah. Outside creature. What or who are you looking for?
Just someone intoxicated enough that they're going to die of blood poisoning.
Okay,
blood alcohol
so
poisoning, basically.
yeah.
And someone, what's the word I'm looking for? Removed
Right.
from everyone else.
Give me
not
a survival check. I think that one makes sense.
22.
We'll look at that. 22, yeah.
Nice.
You find it's actually not one, it's two of them, and they've, yes, ducks. I'll get to that in a second. I just want to answer this first. You find two people curled up at the bottom of a dock, and they have drunk the wrong kind of alcohol, and they are in the process of dying in front of you.
Creature just removes his mask. His mouth, his jaw, as someone has pointed out today, unhinges fully. And 4 tendrils that look like tongues,
Yeah.
that are tongues essentially, just shoot into each of them, like kind of into as major veins as possible.
Absolutely.
Major veins and arteries.
Yep.
And there's just kind of a gulping sound.
Yeah.
And a slow mummification.
They're
Yes.
desiccating as you eat them.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then when they're done, you just toss them out into the river and they just float away like driftwood. Put the mask
no, it's
back
like
on.
it's just a nice subtle push.
Yeah. And as for chat, yes, those are ducks. Those are not only ducks. You have been privileged to hear one of the 2 ducks that has just been, that now lives here. As of you just heard it, has gone from peeping to honking. So that that you heard was the first ever time that duck did not go beep, 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 beep. The other one beside it is still going beep, 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 and trying to go honk, 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 honk. So there you go.
Voice
If the show
hasn't
was
cracked
boring,
yet.
the wildlife at least is amusing.
And someone pointed out, unfortunately, creature doesn't get buzzed from this.
No,
His
the
undeadness
alcohol has zero
prevents
effect
him.
on you. It just evaporates. You turn around because it takes moments. You rolled like a 22, and so narratively speaking, you step back into the bar right after this conversation happens. Iticus, you walk up to the bar. Arliosa stands across from you. She looks down at you, and there is literally fire in her eyes. Flames just... Yes, what can I get you? Please stay in line. Get one of the help to help you.
Oh no, I come from down Golden.
Golden Fields?
Yes, and Fred there
And he takes out the ring.
Yeah.
said to bring back to you.
Oh, he wants money, does he?
No, just to bring back.
And he's trying to hold up the ring
Yeah.
for her.
She takes it, and you see her wave her fingers over it for a second, and it glows.
Oh, shiny.
He never used it.
No, he said he did not.
Do you need a friend, little one? Do you need a friend?
I like Fred's, yes.
There's a friend in this ring.
Oh.
And she hands it back to you, and the duck approves. It's right outside my window. They're allowed to wander in the yard. It's right outside my window. There's a duck in this town. It works. This is a city. There would be a duck in the town. So, yeah. But yes, hands it back to you. There's a friend in that ring.
Hello, Fred.
To the ring.
Yep. And you look back up and says she looks down at you and completely changes, just poof, in the blink of an eye. And it's now a halfling standing in front of you on a chair. This is what the friend looks like. He's a lot of fun, and he has a lot of really cool things. You'll like him. And then boom, she changes back. Just say his name. And the name is in your notes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and if you go back to Golden Fields and meet my friend again there, how many fingers do you have?
And he looks and he goes,
This many.
Okay. So that's... Can you show him the middle one of both hands for me when you go back there?
Okay.
Thank you. You know, show him just that she goes, you know, the ring and the one that doesn't have the ring. And then just amazed that you don't get what she's asking you to do. Right?
Beowulf is gonna step in and say, you mean this finger, right, my lady?
Yeah. And looks up at you, and you're a big burly, you're a big burly dude. And she says, yeah, the one that means fuck off.
Okay,
chuckling from
I will
his
help
side
a
of the
little
room.
Yeah. And at that moment, you walk in, the creature. You step into the darkness, look around.
All right.
There is this huge party going on.
If there are rafters,
Yep.
creature's just going to kind of, as quickly as one can,
Yep.
so within 6 seconds, basically,
Yeah.
he moves from where he is to on top of one of the rafters, just watching, staring down.
Absolutely. Give me a which one makes sense? Give me a dexterity save.
For as quickly as possible?
Nope. For something else.
Nah.
I'm giving you the moving up there. Oh, a 7. Yeah. It was almost brilliant.
Funny.
I like these because there's the what could have been and then what was. You and you're up in the rafters. And a couple seconds later you hear from behind you, yeah, it's nice up here, isn't it? And his hand lands on your shoulder out of nowhere. They have teleported up here, and they're just behind you. And you kind of, just for that split second, reach out to grab a beam, and that beam snaps under your weight. As you lean forward, you are teetering over, falling down into this party. What would you like to do? You've got a split second.
I'm going to literally, remembering what I am, I'm going to just step forward and end up...
Kind of, yeah. You still got to absorb the momentum, so you kind of run and slow down as you head down the wall.
I basically just on where I am.
All the way around. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Walks around it.
So yeah, I love it. Yeah, you go all the way around. Kind of, whoa, shit, and come all the way up, and you kind of, just to save yourself, you grab this dude that's at the did this to you. It's another halfling. He's sort of early 20s. He's like, whoa, damn, you're quick. Beer?
Unfortunately, beer doesn't do much for us.
Well, it does a shitload for me. And he comes back and he sits down he's got one in each hand. Now you're trying to figure out how he teleported up here with 2 beers and still had a hand to put on your shoulder. Seems odd.
You know, there are things called handles.
Yeah.
Put your hand through both of them.
Yeah, I know.
Would know how
and 2 more of them float up beside you, and yeah, there's the vague outline of a hand holding 2 more beers, so he's actually got 4. He's got mage hand going, helping him drink. At that moment, you look, the 2 of you up in the bleachers look down. Everybody else is down in the party, having your conversations, putting your ring back on, I assume, your beautiful wooden ring.
It was probably in his bag.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't his.
Right.
But now that it's his, he'll wear it.
Slide it on your finger. The old halfling at the end of the table stands up on the table, falls off, and is shoved back up by 3 of his friends. They hand him a glass and a knife, and he's supposed to tap the glass to make that noise like I'm going to make a speech, but he just shatters the glass with the knife. Everybody shut up. It's my birthday and I got some shit I gotta say.
Oh dear.
And everybody's like, oh no. Like you see the family like, oh no, Grandpa's going to do it. He's going to say, there's some things I've wanted to say for a long time, mostly about, and as he starts to point down towards the table of his entire family, all of whom are looking up at him like, oh my God, what is he going to do? The wall of the tavern explodes in 3 places. Oh, anyway, sorry, I'm back. Sorry, I was sitting here realizing I was back, but the rest of the people aren't. I've invited them back to the meeting, but Zoom just kicked everybody out. I think it's a technical problem at my end, but we are back, at least me. If you guys are watching the stream, go to the World at Large Discord channel, and I put the post in there. We were really honestly wrapping it up. So, I believe everybody caught the 3 hill giants breaking through the wall. Is that correct? Got cut as the walls exploded. Okay, well, I will explain what happens while these guys get back into the meeting, and then I will explain to them what happened after, so we don't have to wait. Admit. Okay, hang on. Turn off the waiting room. There we go. All right, everybody's coming back. Thank you. So, apparently chat was here until the walls exploded. The walls of this party exploded inwards in 3 places. And at that point, giant fists were removed from the holes, and these 10-foot tall holes, you could see through them only from the waist down. 3 hill giants as they smash in the side and literally crash this party. And with that, we're going to cut away from tonight anyway, given the time. And we're going to cut away to a scene that's no longer in Waterdeep this week. This week, it's halfway to Golden Fields, halfway up the North Furrow. At a campsite beside a river, a monster hunter does his daily scrying and looks down at the water. A 4th you've added, then a 4th shall die. Do you think you're doing? Monsters. And with that, we will drop the curtain on this evening. So far, 2 folks are back, so these are the 2 folks I'm going to thank. I'm going to thank everybody else as they get back. Don't worry, guys, if you missed a bit of the plot, I will fill you in after we go off stream. The Breath of the Hill Giants killed the internet. It is absolutely correct. But thank you so much, Sarah Sands. Thank you for joining us tonight. Idicus is turning into the glue that is holding this party together. No one will let harm come to Idicus. It's wonderful. Thank you so much for bringing this character.
I love him so much.
Oh, he's so charming and wonderful. I love him to pieces. He's marvelous. And Solar, thank you so much for bringing Beowulf. We didn't get a chance to fight with him yet, but I assure you he is much more of an ass kicker than he was the last time.
Yeah. And then I realized something as well. His passive perception when he's a wolf,
yes,
is actually
probably
14.
much better. Yeah, so slightly better. Yeah,
slightly better. So I need to remember that for the next round.
Absolutely. But thank you very much for bringing them. We learn as we go, right? So that's the whole point to doing this. It isn't just doing the easy stuff. Some of it is challenging to remember. But we are I'm going to thank the other 2, even though they're not here. Scarred Adventurer, thank you so much. Try the new meeting, Bison. I just posted the link in the World at Large. You may have to quit the meeting that you're in. But while I've got you in chat, thank you so much for bringing this wonderful character to us, this not a care in the world creature who has suddenly decided to adopt these other 3 just because it seems like fun. Thank you so much for bringing them here. And finally, Scarred, thank you as well. You're back just in time. Thank you so much for bringing yet another wonderful deep character. I appreciate Creature very, very much. And one of these times you're going to get caught feeding. I absolutely...
Oh, I want that to happen. That's...
Oh, wow. With that, 2 thank yous left. The big one, I always thank chat, and I thank you, chat. But tonight, I'm just looking, and nobody left when the stream fell apart. So thank you so much for that. There are still the same number of people here before when they could see all of you and we were playing as there are now that they can't see you and we're just talking. So love every one of you. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that very, very much. But with that, I'm going to say, as I always do, until next time, please be nice to each other. Good night.
I can't even see that. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.